During the attack, Houston is severely wounded in the left ankle, but he still continues to lead the attack. The Texians advanced to Santa Anta's camp as some of the soldados tried to rally and others seek safety in the forest behind the camp. But there are only swamps and rain-sown bayous to block any retreat due to Santa Anta's poor choice of a location for his camp. The Texians pursue the retreating soldados for over an hour and a half over the protest of Houston and some of his officers. The uncontrollable mob of angry attackers exact their revenge on the hapless soldados. Fortunately, Colonel Almonte, with great presence of mind, gathers many of the soldados under his command and demands the right to surrender. By doing so, the chivalrous colonel, who refused to fire on Mrs. Burnett at Morgan's Point, saves the lives of many Mexican soldiers. Under Colonel Bowesen's protection, Almonte and his soldados are marched to General Houston, where Almonte's surrender is accepted by the hero of San Jacinto. Finally, about sundown, the senseless killing stops. All through the night, the air is pierced by the screams and moans of the Mexican wounded on the plain of San Jacinto. In less than 18 minutes, the Texian army defeated a dictator that fancied himself to be the Napoleon of the West. However, the victory is incomplete. Santa Anta has escaped, and Sam Houston, who you see with his men, knows that the battle will be a hollow victory until Santa Anta is among the prisoners. For if Santa Anta can escape to General Tosola in Luxembourg, he can return with an army 4 times the size of the force that Sam Houston just defeated. Houston issues orders that if Santa Anta is captured, he is to be brought to him unharmed. During the battle, Santa Anna fled on horseback to Vince's Bridge, 8 miles away, but Deaf Smith had burned the bridge. Unable to swim the swollen bayou, Santa Anna spent the night hiding in the tall grass. On the morning of April 22nd, 1836, Santa Anna lost his sense of direction and walked east along the Buffalo Bayou towards the Texian camp, where captured Santa Anna without realizing who he was. Houston confronts Santa Anna about the atrocities committed at the Alamo and Goliad. Santa Anna provided self-serving replies, but agreed that he could and would order all of his generals to withdraw from the new Republic of Texas. A dispatch was prepared for Santa Anna to sign. The place designated on this dispatch was San Jacinto. After Santa Anna's surrender, Houston sent Deaf Smith to General Philip Soul's camp to deliver Santa Anna's dispatch. He also sent a dispatch to the Texas government reporting his victory and suggesting that they come to San Jacinto. While waiting for the government to arrive, Houston divided the spoils of victory. The money in Santa Anna's treasure chest, about $7,000, was divided among the men, but Houston took nothing. Toward the last of April, President Burnett arrived on the steamboat Yellowstone under the command of Captain Ross, and Houston turned over custody of Santa Anna. It was embarrassing enough for the government to return after fleeing in panic, but now it had to face the man whom they had ridiculed, a man who had won a great victory and negotiated the end of hostilities. They also feared that, with a devoted army at his back, Houston might declare himself a dictator, but Houston was not interested in doing that. President Burnett demanded the money that had been taken from Santa Anna's treasure chest. Houston answered that it had been divided among the men in lieu of payment and unfulfilled promises. It was proposed that Houston be dismissed because he gave the money to his troops and because Houston was wounded. Thomas Jefferson Rusk was appointed commander, and Houston was relieved of his command. On May 5th, the Yellowstone was being ready to take the government and Santa Anna to Galveston. Houston's physician, Dr. Ewing, was concerned about Houston's wound. It was inflamed, discolored, and painful. He said it was imperative to get Houston to New Orleans for treatment. Too weak to stand, Houston wrote his farewell address and had it read as an order. The next day, the government had refused permission for him to sail